Well, good evening and welcome back. It's the second innings of match number 3 that is taking place, and we certainly are approaching a very exciting contest. BELESTONE batting first, posting 90 odd runs. And this is going to be a very interesting second innings here. Well, the batters have walked out to bat, fielders taking their positions. And the umpire, well, seems like we're just about to get going. And here we go, straight away, first ball. And gets a glorious boundary through the covers. What a way to begin the proceedings here. That was in the slot. And beautifully caressed through the cover region. Magnificent start to the innings here by the opening batters of by the 12 to 12. Well, they're off to a good rollicking start here. Well, that was a better delivery this time. Slight bit of movement in the air. And watchfully played by, in fact, he very nearly got an outside edge, I beg your pardon. Oh, good delivery this time. Played off the back foot, a quick single towards point. Well, required target is 96 for victory. Team BELESTONE well, thanks to that magnificent batting performance from Rafnaz, right on top of the order for Team BELESTONE, 47 or 38 for him, along with some notable contributors by Fuhaz and Ramiz Raja. Now the 12 to 12 have got a job to do in their hands. Nafiz and Nizam walking out to bat to open the proceedings. Well, Nafiz will have a world of confidence after that brilliant boundary through the covers. Rizwan opening the proceedings with the ball for the men in yellow. Well, that's a wide ball. Struggling to cope with the movement of the new ball here, Rizwan. Well, walking down the pitch, and he manages to get an inside edge. Well, I can certainly understand where he's coming from here. Enough is. Beg your pardon, Nizam. In fact, he's trying to counter the swing by coming down the pitch and take the ball before it swings a bit too much. Right ploy, but I'm not very sure that playing across the line is a good idea at this stage. Pushed around for another single to end the over. A decent start here by the 12 to 12. It's 8 for no loss after the end of the first over. So it's going to be Sawad coming into bowl from the academy end. Starts off with a dot ball. Nafis and Nizam, they certainly have a job to do on their hands. Required red, climbing ever so slightly above 8 runs and over now. Oh, good delivery. Very well bowled into the body, not giving any room for the batters to freeze arms. And that is the length that you got to persist on if you want to try and instill that pressure onto the opposition, not give them easy freebies. Because the moment the ball's full, it's easy picking, especially on this outfield, which literally is known for its lightning quick outfield. Many international cricketers of the yesteryears and even at present have scored a lot of runs. Well, this is in the air, but for short. Good delivery there. Surprised the batter with that. Well, we recently had the conclusion of the tri-series as well, where Pakistan, Afghanistan and the UAE took part. We had a lot of games here in the Sharjah Stadium as well. This is certainly a very historical venue, to say the least. Another wide there by Sawad. Bowling around the wicket. It can be quite tricky with that line sometimes. Nicely played into the gap. That's a glorious hit there by Nafis. Well, that's the second one tonight, and I'm telling you something, is that we've witnessed 3 games before this, 2 games in fact before this. But this man, Nafis, well, he's looking a class apart. He does certainly look like a man who can bat. And mind you, if he gets going, we're certainly gonna be in for some serious entertainment. 81 required of 10.2 overs now. Sawad under pressure. Oh, good delivery. Good delivery. That is where you got to keep at, because Nafis, the moment he's been given some room, he's gonna go hard at it. So cram him for some space. Make him innovate some shots that he's not very comfortable with. And in the process, create that judgment of error to be able to pick up wickets. That's exactly what transpired there. Nafis trying to do something out of the ordinary, trying to calm down the pitch. Not timing that. So the second over comes to an end. Another 8-run over. 2 overs done. 16 for no loss. Oh, beautiful delivery there. Rizwan coming into bowl his second over. Well, what we've witnessed so far by the 2 fast bowlers is they can certainly move the ball, but they've got to be consistent with their line and length. And the moment they're able to do that, they'll certainly be able to catch up, pick up some early wickets. Once again, a bit of movement. Well, that is in the air. This time there is a fielder that will cut it off. So now they've got the angles covered. They've recognized the fact of Nafis being very strong on the offside. Smart thinking here by the captain of the BELESTONE. Keep cramming them for space. They've already shown us a chink in their armor. Comes down the pitch and once again another play and miss here. Well, Nizam will be raring to go. He'd like to get a few runs here. Oh, in fact, that's been called a wide. Well, but I believe the discussion there between the umpire and the bowler was that the bowler was asking why was that called a wide, because the batter did move towards the off stump as well. Oh, that's a good delivery. Very good delivery. Very nearly catches an edge there on that occasion. 78 runs required further. 9.3 overs remaining, 57 deliveries. Required rate of 8.21. Certainly still quite comfortable, keeping in mind that they have all 10 wickets in hand. Oh, that's a brilliant delivery. A late call there by the umpire. It swung profusely, but great take there by the wicket keeper. Diving himself across, one-handed grab. Alright, so after a small hold up, the umpire is not very happy with the batter and the wicket keeper. Alright, so we're all good to go now. 2.4 overs. They need a few big hits now at this stage. What can Nizam do? Oh, nicely played. A bit of a late glance there to the point region. Another huge heave. I'll tell you, had he made contact there, that ball would have certainly ended in this Emirates of Dubai. 3 overs done. It's 20 for no loss. Oh, nicely played. But gets enough bat, but doesn't time it enough. He gets a couple of runs. Coming round the wicket this time. Well, he's pulled that. Not timed it again. The fielder at mid-wicket was quite interested there for a second. Well, that's a good shot. He's got all of that. That was off the middle of the bat. Well, he's not the most technically correct batter, Nafis, but certainly very effective. Look at that. Well, in the school of cricket, they'll tell you to bring that front foot closer to the pitch of the ball. Well, it was between literally the distance of Dubai and Sharjah between his bat and his front foot. But he seems to be very comfortable on the back foot on the offside. So that is something that the bowlers have to play smart and reconsider their approach. Because I'm not sure this round the line, around the wicket attack to Nafis is going to be too suitable, because that would be playing to his strength outside the off stump. Ideally, come over the wicket, bowl at his body, don't give him too much room to free his arms. Certainly you can try and induce a wicket. Well, this is again not timed. Another couple of runs added to the tally. So far Nafis is winning the battle. He's trying to hit the ball very hard. But sometimes what you have to realize is it's not always about brute power. To play the hardball cricket at this level, you need to make sure that your technique's right. When you see the ball short, you can always rely on timing and placement. Another huge hoik. Ball outside off stump. Trying to hit it on the leg side. Well, that certainly is a no-no. 4 overs done, 29 for no loss. Nicely played. Oh, great work there by the field at fine leg. Short fine leg, that is. Oh, now that's sloppy. He did all the hard work on the field. And a wayward throw, and the wicket keeper was also in no position to stop that. And in the process, They give an extra. But the 12 to 12 will be quite happy with this start. 31 for no loss. Still all 10 wickets still in the bag. Oh, direct hit would have been interesting. Well, they've certainly somehow managed to sneak through. Oh, that completely surprised the batter. That was some bite off the surface. And the ball just exploded towards the chest level. Look at that. Oh, the wicket keeper too did extremely well to get behind it. Well, that one was certainly a ripper. Oh, they're asking the question. Well, they're very confident that there was a bit of an edge. But it perhaps could have been the bat hitting the pitch. Once again, beautiful flight here by Shaz. Very, very enticing here, but magnificent piece of bowling. Another quick single. So 62 more runs required. Required run rate has slightly climbed up to 8.65. That can shoot up pretty fast over the next 5 overs. So they've got to keep their run rate in check. Hit hard down towards long off to end the over. 6 runs come off Shaz's first over. It's 35 for no loss. Well, it's Nelson who's coming to the attack. 6th over now in progress. Required rate getting close to that 9-run mark. This is where they've got to be careful here. The men in blue. Well, that's a good shot. But there is cover in the deep. They'll just get a single. In fact, I think they've got a couple. No, in fact, just 1 run to be exact. So Nizam now on strike. 8 of 10 for him. Well, this one has been connected. And he's connected that beautifully. That's gone to the boundary for 4. Full toss on the pads and it was easy pickings. Well, you can certainly keep putting that away with your eyes closed all day long. A couple more boundaries and they'll be able to breathe a sigh of relief here. The men in blue and BELESTONE on the other end. They'll be desperate for a couple of wickets here now. Crucial game this. Yes, it is day one, but for the confidence of the teams going into the tournament. This is close. This is close. Umpire lifts his finger. Playing across the line for a straight delivery. Well, it's not going to get plumber than that. Look at that. Oh, that was hitting middle stump. Easy decision there for the umpire. And Nelson strikes. He picks up his first wicket. 12 to 12 lose their first. It's 40 for 1 as Nizam has to walk back to the dugout for 12. New batter Rahul at number 3. Well, we've heard that over the years. A certain Rahul at number 3 for Team India for many, many years. Well, if this Rahul can do 1% of what that Rahul did, 12 to 12 will be over the finish line with ease. It's 40 for 1. Good looking shot straight to the fielder. Very well timed there, but a quick single to get off the mark. Always a good feeling for a new batter who's just coming into bat to get that first runs. It's always a monkey off your back, no matter, even at the international stage. You can be someone with the caliber of someone like Virat Kohli. Always that first run is always so crucial for any batter. So another single down to long off. A successful over from Nelson comes to an end. 7 runs come off his first over, but most importantly, picking up a wicket. Another 54 more runs required off 6 overs. It's 42 for 1.
Well, we are halfway through in the second innings and still 54 more runs required. Nelson, well, this man on your screen has certainly brought his team back in the game. He's picked up very important wicket. The only wicket which has fallen so far. Shahs and Nelson both bowling in tandem at the moment. Very economical in the first over. Hardly gave any kind of looseness. Ensured he bowls in the tight lengths. Trying to come down the track. This is very smart bowling. He saw the batter trying to use his feet and come down the track, and that is where Shahs, he adjusted his length ever so slightly, pulled it back, and fortunately played in the end by Nafi. So this is a very good stage now and a chance to tighten the screws here for Team BELESTONE, because you have a new batter at the crease. Required run rate is 9 runs per over. That could shoot up very quickly if you have one good quiet over. And that's where you will see a bit of panic coming in the camp of Team BELESTONE. Very interesting match in progress. Hits it hard, hits it flat. And trying his level best in the end, but that has gone towards the boundary. Shah, as you can see, is not very pleased with the effort. Tossed up, but it has been struck with some severe power towards long on, and has trickled away towards the boundary. So welcome 4 runs coming in for team 12-12. Still, I believe the match is evenly poised at this stage. Very smart cricket. He knows that he's already gotten a boundary, so rotating strike and bringing the man who has been the top scorer so far in this innings. 26 for Nafis came out to open. Still out there, so good news for team 12-12. But if he gets out at this stage, that's where the men in yellow will bounce back into this game. And which will mean you'll have 2 new batters. So they'll have to stitch up a partnership and do the work all over again. On the other end, I believe team 12-12, they don't have to do anything fancy. All they need to do is ensure they keep rotating the strike, pick those singles and doubles, and whack the loosener or lose odd bad delivery. Other than that, there's no need as such at the moment to really go all out. Well, he has different plans now. This is in the air. It sailed over the fence. It's gone for a maximum. What a way to bring up the 50 for team 12-12. And it is Rahul who's cut loose now. And he's launched this into the orbit. It's a biggie. That's out of here. Maximum. Shahs, he bowled such a lovely first over. But this over has definitely turned the tables around. Takes a single and will keep retained strike in the next over. Very expensive over comes to the end. 7 gone, 56 for 1. New bowlers Rasif, and that is a horrid start to say the least. By bowling a beamer, and that is over the waist, well over the waist. Kashif Billah has called that as a no ball. So not the best of starts, and yeah, it just clearly slipped out of his hand, and that is quite understandable because there's a lot of dew out there in the middle. The conditions are very sticky, very muggy, very damp. The ball is wet, So it's always going to be, see, you can just have a look. He's trying to dry his hands from the wicket. Yeah, the towel is out now. So this is going to be a battle within a battle. This is going to be really difficult for Rasif to land the ball at the right areas. The equation now is much simpler. Just the 35 more runs required, and they've got ample of time to achieve these 35 runs. Another loopy delivery, flighted. Bringing a new bowler at this stage is going to be very tricky. But what a turnaround to this game. It was BELESTONE. They were cruising along in the first innings, and that's where when we thought that 12 to 12 is going to struggle. But who knew that their batting is really strong. And Nafis and Rahul, they are certainly putting up a show here in the iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium. We've already seen huge hits coming in from the blade of Rahul. Can we see one from Nafis? Yeah, nothing seems to be working in the favour for the men in yellow. They're looking for the two. Yeah, a bit of a fumble will allow them to come back for easy couple of more runs. So this is already an expensive over, and only 2 legitimate deliveries have been bowled. Shows the struggle for Rasif at the moment under these conditions. Not being able to grip the ball. Another full toss, but very lucky he's found the fielder in the deep. I don't really think we're going to see another over from Rasif, unless and until he picks up a wicket or two, which is pretty much the demand of the situation. Containing 31 4.3, that's going to be very difficult ask, an uphill task to say the least. They need not 1, not 2, they need 3 wickets at least to really make a comeback in this game. Another full toss, it's been hit towards long off, gets a single. Yeah, can't really blame here Rasif. We know how talented a cricketer he is. It's just the conditions out there, and these men, they don't really play here in this part of the region, so it's not really easy to just come in straight and play your first game and adapt to this kind of climate. Yeah, he knows now that he's been struggling big time, and he's been removed from the attack because that's the second no ball in the over, which is above the waist. So rightfully so. Umpire will be asking a new bowler to come and complete these last 2 deliveries. So nothing seems to be working at the moment for BELESTONE. 29 only needed, and still a lot of overs to play with. So they've got a great chance now, 12 to 12, to really win this game and win with a good run rate, because we know how crucial it becomes in the latter part of the tournament, where the run rate plays a big role. And knowing that you need only 29 runs, and you know that both the batters are on song, in form, go for it. Free hit, loading. Where does he hit? Nafis has played a very calculated and a very sensible knock so far. But it's a free hit. Can go hard at it. He does so, but just could not get the bat underneath the ball. Gets a single. Rahul, his intentions were very clear. He came out with an intent, and that was to try to clear the boundaries. And so far, he has found success. So can he close out this over by a biggie? Nobody patrolling towards the offside in the deep. That's hit once again towards the long off region. Bit of a fumble, and they will settle only in the... Oh, look at that. Yeah. Just completely slipped did Nawaz because of how wet the wicket and the conditions here are. 8 gone, 69 for 1. Rizwan, he's done extremely well. Just gave 12 runs in the first 2 overs. Quite surprisingly, he wasn't brought into the attack early when you know that you don't really have much runs to play with. He is now, but now the situation is different. And it's going to be very difficult. Couple of more boundaries, and I think the match will be swinging heavily in the favor for the men in blue. Missed out. That was a short delivery. It was there to be hit. And Rahul, he is one of those batters who really likes to go at the back foot. Anything short, anything in his arc, he really waits for it and targets the deep mid wicket, the cow corner area. Such a destructive batter, Rahul. Already he's announced his arrival in this tournament. On the other end, Nafis, very sensible. A short delivery, it's been pulled away, but doesn't really have the power behind the shot. Getting another couple of more runs. So, inching closer to victory. 24 is all they need. They do not have to try anything extraordinary. Just ensure that they keep on picking up the singles and doubles, rotate strike. And we have seen that the bowlers, once they realize that they aren't getting any wickets, that's where they try to do a bit extra. And that's where the loose deliveries are being offered. Beautifully done. But if you can bowl these kind of deliveries, why don't you? Rizwan's such a class act. He's got a very rhythmic action. Comes in, runs in smoothly, and then explodes at the right time. Does have decent pace as well. And also, a specialist with the new ball. We saw how brilliant he was early on. But now the situation is as such that really needs to pick a wicket for his side. Bowling anything outside the off stump, I don't really think the wicket is going to come by for him. So try to maybe come from the leg stump. That's been placed beautifully towards third man, intentionally, and lovely bit of running. You can see now Rahul, he's cramping up a little bit, which is quite understandable because of the conditions out there in the middle, hot, humid. So the players, they need to ensure they keep taking those important breaks and keep themselves well hydrated and get the electrolytes going in their favor. It's very, very important. Yeah, he is cramping up. Both the batters now are finding it difficult. This is not really going to help the cause. Another wide has been offered. You can see he was trying to bring the ball in towards the right-handers, but that was a delivery. If he would ever had thought to take it away from the right-hander, that was the perfect line. But not really going in his favor. Nicely done. This is very smart approach by Nafis. Still has a chance, mind you, to get a 50. 20 needed. He needs 14. Can he ask his partner Rahul, mate, calm down, and can I have the strike, please? I don't really think Rahul is going to listen to him. He's going to be like, mate, I am having a great time out there. I'm seeing the ball really well. I'm middling the ball since the time he's come in. So I'm going to just try to smash another couple of more. And let's go back and celebrate with our team. No boundaries, mind you, in this over. The problem is just 20 more runs needed. Swing and a miss. That's going to be a wide. Another extra. Already seen a few wides in this over. Certainly the lefty-righty combination is getting on a bit too much on Rizwan. So for me, I believe this man has been the pick of the bowlers. Rizwan hasn't picked up a wicket, but has been economical as well at the same time. Another wide. Rizwan isn't too fascinated with the decision of the umpire, but let's have a close look once again. Oh, very, very close. But anything down the leg side will be given as a wide. So make that 4 extras, or rather 5 extras. One came in the form of a leg bye, and the others in the form of wides. So not really adding any kind of assistance here. Is this one short delivery, pulled away, chance, and he holds on to it. So finally a wicket has fallen in the 9th over, and it has been a great knock by Nafis until this shot, and oh, he's done well in the end. Lost sight, but he held on to it. So Nafis has to go back before he played a lovely innings for his team. It's 79 for 2 after 9. Well, no surprises. It had to be Nelson to be bowling at this over. You can't be holding him back. There's no point. You need a wicket. You need 2 to 3 wickets. 17 is all they need. Niji, he was brilliant in the first innings with the ball. This is really not good stuff. The shoulders are dropping now for the men in yellow, and you'd expect something much better from these men. Batted so well initially and then lost track. Now the fielding has let them down. The bowling hasn't been up to the standards. And the batters have taken full advantage of the loose bowling as to what we have seen. Niji, yeah, I remember when he bowled his last over, a few catches were dropped. No real support for this man. And now he's walked in the middle at a stage where there should not be any hiccups. And there you go. Smartly just drives it towards the cover region and gets off the mark. That's all you need. You really don't need to be a hero at this stage. Just get the man who's been tonking it really hard. Beautifully done once again. It's been flicked away. Gets another single. Inching closer to victory to register their first victory in this tournament. Not the best of outings in the field, mind you. They dropped at least 10 catches if I can recall. But that's something they would want to fix when they come out in the next game tomorrow. Another wide. Make that 14 extras. That's one thing you really cannot afford when you're defending a low total. Already 14 extras? I think it's a bit too much. Dot delivery. Can afford to do so because you've got another 15 more deliveries to go. So there's no need to panic. Yeah, that's it. That's all you need. Beautifully done. This is great throw. That's out. That's going to be out. There was a bit of a stutter between the two, Niji and Rahul. There was confusion. And in the end, it is Niji who will have to go back. Excellent pickup. Brilliant throw. And excellent bit of fielding. Yeah, he wasn't even in the frame. Niji, he gave up pretty too early because he knew that he's going to be falling short. So a short stay for Niji comes to the end. But still, I believe it is pretty much team 12 for 12 game from this stage onwards. It's 84 for the loss of 3. Well, I believe this match could have really gone down to the wire. If ever so, they would not have given 14 extras. So 11 plus 14. Right, that would have been very tricky at this stage. That is going to be another wide. Make that 15 extras. So BELESTONE will definitely go back and reassess as to where they went wrong. This has been hit hard towards long off. Loud call of 2, but Hasnil doing the right thing. Not coming back for the second because there was never a 2 there. Another look at the over. It's a very lengthy one, an expensive one when it comes to be giving extras because they aren't really going after you. So all you need to do is just get your basics right. That's it. Just like that, very close. On an off day, could have chopped back onto the stumps. But luckily, was away from the stumps and gets a couple of runs to his tally. 7 only needed in the last 2 overs. It's 89 for 3. Shaz has proven to be slightly expensive in the first couple of overs, but has got another opportunity. The captain has asked him to come back again and try to get a wicket or two. Thickish outside edge will allow him to take a single, so inching closer to victory, just one big hit away. Would he go for a glory hit and try to finish off this game with a huge maximum? Or he would just want to nudge it around, because you know that you've got 11 more deliveries, so no need to really get all that excited. But we see batters try to finish the game off in style, and Rahul could be the hero. He is already 23 in 12 deliveries. We've already seen that this man can seriously pack a punch. Interesting ball. No, he decides I am going to keep the ball along the carpet and not try to give any chance to the opponents to come back in the game, because if he tries to hit, if he gets out, then you never know. It is a tricky wicket. The ball doesn't or hasn't really come on to the bat as nicely as the batters would have desired to. So in that case, you would want to make sure that you do not let the opponents come back in the game. Dot delivery, beautifully done, tossed up and enticed. Hasnell, another stylish left-handed batter, has come out to bat at a situation where his team is in a very commanding position. Nicely done once again along the carpet. Driven nicely. Another single, so just one boundary away to register the first victory here in the iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Sigma Premier League Season 3, 2025. Nicely done once again. No problems whatsoever. They know that they just need another 3 more runs, so they're just milking it around, toying around with the field. The fielders can really afford to come, I would say, 7 steps ahead. They're still standing behind the circle. These are the little things which, as a captain, you really need to realize that the game is pretty much done and dusted. So you need to ensure, get your fielders, the inner circle fielders, to come 7 to 8 steps ahead from the circle. That's where you can apply that extra bit of pressure on the batters. 94 for 3 after 11. Just the 2 runs required. Right then, just the 2 more runs required. We're into the last over. But it has been lovely innings we have seen. Now this is high up in the air. Is this a chance? Away from the fielder, and they will come back for the second, and that is it. What a victory. They were down and out in the first innings after dropping so many catches, but then their batting, that is where their strength lies, ensured that they keep up with that net run rate, got off to a blistering start, the two openers, and have won this game comfortably in the end by 7 wickets. Rahul, what a player. That is one name you would want to remember in this tournament, because I believe we will be seeing a lot of fireworks from that man. On the other end, BELESTONE, it's a wake-up call for them. They need to ensure they come back strong in their next matches. Right then, that was a good start by the two openers, Nafis and Nizam, ensuring that they use the power play and keep on hitting those big shots. Anything wider to these two batters, they ensure that they take full advantage. Look at that. That was a brilliant shot. Always in control. Nizam also getting those handy runs for his team. Nafis batted exceptionally well, but then this happened. That LBW coming in, Nelson, he struck. And then Shaz, well, he was good in his first over, but then was hit, and Rahul gave some treatment, hitting those huge sixes, and then this was the over. Rasif couldn't really grip the ball and could not bowl at the right channels, was unfortunately removed from the attack because he bowled 2 no balls over the waist. And then came Rahul. That man had different plans. That was a good catch, mind you. And then this was the last stage of the game where we saw that Niji trying to take those couple of runs and unfortunately found himself at the wrong end, was run out. But there was no problem whatsoever. Right then, match is done and dusted. 12 to 12 have won their game comprehensively. Don't go anywhere. We have got another exciting game lined up. We'll be right back after a short break. Stay tuned.